Oh, oh. What? What? We're going live. Cut. Greetings, fellow YouTube stars. This is Michael, and today I'm going to talk about the secrets of social currency so that you can make your videos more valuable. So what do I mean by more valuable? Essentially, having higher social currency value of your video means that people are more likely to watch it all the way through, share it with others, and even click on it in the first place. So what is social currency? Social currency is essentially valuable information that your video contains. It can be information that is rare, unusual, or interesting to the viewer. It can be something that's hard to obtain and particularly useful. It can even be something that makes the watcher feel like they're part of some sort of in-group that having access to that knowledge essentially counts as admission to. One of the main ways you can increase the social currency value of your video is to think about the inner remarkability of the information contained in that video. Or in other words, is the information contained unnatural, rare, interesting, unusual, surprising, something like that. Even this very video is a good example of this phenomenon. When you first started the video, you probably noticed that I'm a cute, fluffy dog, and you probably thought, wow, that's so cool, how does he do that? I want to do that. This is a good example of a video revealing surprising or interesting knowledge and increasing its social currency value. I could even increase the social currency value of my video even more by telling you exactly how I made myself look like a fluffy dog. If I told you, for example, that it's actually a program called FaceRig that you can download and use through Steam, that would increase the value of my video because I have just given you access to that knowledge. Another good example of this type of social currency is a video by Nile Red, which I will link in the description. It essentially shows a snake appearing out of thin air, a popular magic trick known as the Pharaoh's Serpent. After watching the video, you'll see that it's essentially just a chemical reaction, and you can even mimic the chemical reaction at home because it tells you on the screen. This is a good example of presenting not only interesting, unusual information to the viewer, but also gives the user the information on how to do the experiment themselves, adding even more social currency to the video. The next important thing to think about when increasing the social currency value of your videos is a concept known as gamification. Gamification is essentially triggering a response in humans to get them to engage in compulsive behavior. The term comes from video games' tendency to compel players to complete tasks over and over and over again. They complete these tasks hoping for a reward. These rewards are common enough to trigger the instant gratification response in humans, while still giving the players a sense of accomplishment. Restaurants and retail stores often use gamification to compel people to buy their products more often. For example, you might have seen those little cards that you punch holes in. If you get enough holes, you get a free sandwich or a coffee. A better example would be a grocery store near my house that recently did a promotion where customers would receive $5 off if they bought 3 items that were in a similar category. For example, if you bought cheese, hamburger meat, and hamburger buns, you would get a $5 coupon for use on objects in that category. The idea was that this coupon would make the coal for your barbecue cheaper, or maybe pay for the condiments or the vegetables that you're going to put on those burgers. The $5 discount is big enough to compel the players to take part in the game, whereas the game is just challenging enough to trigger the compulsion receptors in the human brain. Gamification can also be extremely useful to YouTubers and streamers. If a YouTuber asked you to like and subscribe, followed by posting a comment in the comment sections, and then randomly gave out prizes to people who commented in the comment sections as long as they also liked and subscribed, this would be an example of gamification. Essentially, by completing some tasks, the viewers are able to get a reward. Gamification. This has the effect of getting people to compulsively watch your videos and come back for more every single week. Provided that you are producing the videos frequently enough for the people to want to come back, and also provided that these promotions only last for the day that the video is produced or for a couple days after, something to increase the urgency of people coming back to watch the videos when they're produced and participate in the gamification. Streamers also tend to play certain effects that sparkle and play music on the screen whenever someone donates, like subscribes or follows. This gives viewers that instant gratification response as a reward for clicking the button or doing the task. This can be furthered by showing how much money people have donated toward the stream, or give people a sort of loyalty score that gets displayed on the screen so that people can feel like they're achieving some sort of progress above the other people. These are just a couple of ways in which gamification can increase the social currency value of your YouTube video. In the description, I'm going to link 2 examples of videos that go into more detail on gamification. The first video will talk about the Skinner box theory, which is essentially the science behind how gamification works. The second one is an example of how an entire country is using gamification and social media to try to control how their citizens think and act. The idea is to show you just how powerful gamification can be, and of course, if used responsibly, just how useful this can be to your YouTube channel. One of the biggest ways you can increase the social currency value of your video is to make people who watch the video feel like they're part of a group. The video you are watching now is a great example of this phenomenon. By watching this video about how you can become better YouTube stars and learning secrets on how to make your videos have higher social currency so that you can get even more views, creates the sense of identity that you are a YouTuber. You are a part of a group of people that produce YouTube videos. The social currency of this video comes from the group ideal that you are identifying as a YouTuber. In the description, I'm going to provide a link to a video by Shadowversity, which is another good example. In this video, he'll talk about the practicality and usefulness of dungeons in video games and also pen and paper role-playing games. The reason I chose this video out of the other videos on his channel is because this video specifically triggers one group identity theme, and that is those people who make dungeons and games for RPGs like Dungeons & Dragons. This particular video really gives you a sense of being in that group, the group of dungeon masters, we'll say. And that's it. Those are 3 of the main aspects of social currency. I hope you learned a lot about social currency and how it will make you better YouTubers. Thanks for watching. This has been Michael.